Hello there. I am back with a weigh-in. It is the end of week 3 of my return to being an online member of Slimming World, and boy, what a week it has been. My week has been full of complete digestive discomfort. I'll leave it at that. And I don't know where it came from. I have a history of IBS, but I haven't had IBS symptoms since I was in my 40s. That is a long time ago. I don't know what is going on. I do know that I am much older and things like this probably will be happening. I don't know, but I have not felt well all week. Let that be said, okay? I also have to tell you that there are other things involved in my disastrous week that have nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't feeling well. My grief, losing Callie has really hit me this week. And when you're grieving, this is the kind of thing that does happen. I know. I'm sure many of you have grieved the loss of someone that you loved. So it comes and it goes in waves. And then it's not expected. So it's almost even harder than when you're in the initial stages where you're grieving every single day, 24 hours a day. And so that hit me. Yesterday was my dad's birthday. I can't believe that he would have been 88 years old. I can't even imagine what that's about, because he died when he was just 65. And we were very close, my sister and I, to him, and we were alone for a long time without our mom. And so dad was everything, and he was a good dad, a wonderful nono to my children and my nephew, and he is greatly missed in our lives. Needless to say, and you don't think about these things, do you, sometimes? How they impact you, even though it's like I thought about it was his birthday yesterday, but I didn't make the connection until this morning about how much that really impacted my week. Anyway, so before I go on with the weigh-in, and I apologize if you're here for only that, but you can, go forward in the video if you like. I won't be insulted. I received this in the mail yesterday. It is a portrait of my Princess Callie Lily. You can see the light there. Sorry about that. And when it came, I said, oh, gee, because I've ordered so many things in her memory. At this point, I've kind of even lost track. If something shows up, I'm second guessing that I ordered it and forgot, because I was ordering so many things when she first passed that I wasn't in my right mind, so to speak, about what I was doing regarding that. So then I thought to myself, no, I don't. Because I looked up the picture. This is an actual picture of her that's been made into a portrait. And then I remembered my dear friend, Deborah Louise, who is over in the UK. Bless you, Deborah. A couple weeks or more ago now, messaged me that she'd like to make something in memory of Callie. And could I please send pictures? So I did that. And of course, she asked my address, and I thought that was very gracious of her and her, very kind. And of course, I wouldn't do what she was asking me to do, right? Because, I mean, come on, that is just an absolutely wonderful thing to do for someone who's having a hard time, to reach out to them in that way. So, needless to say, I didn't forget about it, because she did message me when all was said and done, but I didn't know what was coming. So it dawned on me after I opened it and put it up, and I cried because I just was so taken aback by it, that it was her. So I messaged her this morning and I said, Deb, did you send me this? I sent her a picture of it. She said, yeah, she did. So Deborah Louise, from the bottom of my heart, in words, I could never tell you enough about how this has made me feel. The goodness in your heart that you have extended to me in this portrait will be with me forever. I give you thanks. I give you thanks. I can't even put in words. I can only say that this was a beautiful gesture on your part, and how much I appreciate that you did this for me. And I send you big, big hugs. So, thank you again, Deborah. Moving on, because I don't want to cry. Grief and loss. I feel the need to chat about this today because it is something that impacts us greatly in our lives. And the older that we get, it seems to happen more and more. And at least in my life anyway, I feel that way. So many people have gone. And I think that it's important to talk about it. It's important to recognize that it does impact us in all areas of our lives. And that once we recognize that, that's how we can move forward from it in terms of how do I stay on plan when I feel like eating everything in the refrigerator because I'm just so grief-stricken today. I woke up this way and I'm fighting the fight every minute of the day not to eat a bag of cookies, a pie, a cake, bars of chocolate. This is the reason I feel the need to have the conversation because I think not feeling well all week, I could have done that, and I didn't do that. For some unknown reason, I did not. I did not eat 100% on plan because I was trying to eat things that I thought might make me feel better, but I still didn't trash it. I didn't trash my week. And yes, I have had a gain. I've had a gain of 1.6 pounds, but I had a significant loss last week, and that shouldn't make me feel good about gaining the 1.6 pounds. I really think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that I am inflamed and I don't feel well, and I wasn't really eating the way that the healthy way of doing the Slimming World plan. Let's put it that way. So all those things considered, I had not such a bad week because let's face it, I could have really just started eating ice cream, although I think that would have made my tummy really, really feel worse. But at this point, I don't know what it would have made it feel worse. So thinking realistically, I could have done that. I could have eaten, I don't have any junk in the house. So that wasn't an issue for me. I wasn't about to go out in the car and buy any. But I got through the week, and I hope that if you're having a rough week, if you're grieving a loss in your life, that you too are able to still continue, even in baby steps, to move forward in the direction that you want to go with your health. Because that's why we're doing this, right? We want to do this to be healthy. So that really is all I wanted to mention in today's video. I also have a couple other things that have nothing to do with weigh-in that I want to mention. And that is something that Joy Clark, the lovely Joy, who has a blog, B-L-O-G, and the link to that blog is in the description box of my videos, including this one. If you'd like to go check it out, she does Slimming World. She's moved toward a Mediterranean style of doing Slimming World, which is working out great for her, by the way. And she writes a really nice blog every day. So you're missing out if you don't go check it out. And show her some love. So in our chat the other day, because we chat back and forth pretty much all day long in the messenger chat with each other, she posed a question to someone who was considering going back to Slimming World. And I think it was a great question because it got me to be thinking and reflecting. And I'm glad that she posed that question because I needed to do that. And I'll tell you why. She said, not using, these are in my words, what was it about Slimming World that didn't work for you last time that you think will make it work for you this time? And that got me thinking about the reasons why I left Slimming World last time. And I did not go back in my videos to review them, but I would want to say that some of the pitfalls that I would run into would be like this week when I did not do the proper prep. And what do I eat now? I don't have things in the house that are go-tos for me because I don't have the option of buying Slimming World ready meals at the supermarket. They don't sell them here. And I was doing all this thinking yesterday. So that brought me to, well, what is the closest thing that I can get that some people would consider completely processed food? But okay, if you're eating cold cuts, it's processed. If you're eating bread, it's processed. So we're not going to get into that conversation. We're going to more get into the part of the conversation that I think is the most important. How do you keep yourself on plan when there are pitfalls that come to you in the case of you couldn't prep, or you didn't prep, or you didn't feel like prepping, or you didn't feel well, or whatever, for whatever the reason you didn't prep this week. Now, I saw my friend Joe, who is Joe Morgan. I'm not sure if she changed her channel, but Joe is in, also her link to her channel is in this description box. I'm sure most of you know her. She is the reason I'm on Slimming World in the first place. She's a dear friend, and she has just put a video up this week, and it was what I eat in a day. And in the what I eat in a day, she discussed, she bought some sushi that she wasn't really as prepared as she would have liked to be in that day. So she had to kind of wing some things, which happens, right? I mean, in my case, I made soup and I was doing great with that soup. And then it became summer again. So, okay, now what do? I froze the soup, but what am I going to eat? Kind of thing, you know? I didn't make a quiche this week, and I would have liked to have had that on hand. So what do? What do we do if we're in the U.S. and we're doing Slimming World? Well, in my case, because I have a Costco membership and I get to buy those Nutrisystem gift cards at a 20% discount, I decided to put an order in a la carte, a small order. Not very big, not going to be doing Nutrisystem, but I feel that even if I don't eat that, I need to have something to go to so that I feel better about what I'm doing. That's going to be something I can track because I have the app now. I tracked it before when I had the app. That I can feel confident in what I'm doing with my eating and being on plan. Because if you leave me to my own devices long enough, I am going to veer off, and then I'm going to say, oh, this isn't working for me, X, Y, and Z, which I've done many times before. It's sickening how many times I've done this before, and I'm not doing this again. I've told you, I signed up for a year. This is it for me. I have to find a way to live the Slimming World lifestyle in a way that's going to suit me long-term in my life. There's no going back. Whether I lose this weight or not, this is the direction I'm going in. Leaving behind a lot of the processed foods and going toward the whole foods and lots of plant-based foods. Okay? I'm not going vegan. I may not even become vegetarian, but I certainly can eat lots of beans that are very healthy for me and vegetables, which, as you know, I love all of that. So my purpose in telling you this is that you can never be too prepared. And if you're not prepared, you're setting yourself up for a fall. And you may be on the plan that you need to be on, whatever it is, and you may just decide, I'm not going to be on this anymore. It's not working for me for the wrong reasons, because you simply weren't prepared enough. So sit down and think of some things that might help you to become more prepared. For me, it is, in this case, I ordered some Nutrisystem. Something I said I'd never eat again. I know I've said all these things, but you know what? Now I'm more informed about what I need to do that's going to benefit me to stay on this plan the way I want to. So at that point in time, I was in a different place. You know, hopefully we evolve as we go along in our lives and we learn from the past of what works and doesn't. I need something to hang on to here and there to be able to keep myself on this plan. And as I go, I'm probably going to be letting go of all that. That's my wish. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that is my wish. And I'm letting you know that. So the video is getting very long now, but I really felt the need to explain these things to you because I need for you to know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm not saying you should be doing this, but if you're watching me, it's important to me that you know why I'm doing it and what I'm doing, right? So I hope that you're doing well and that you've had a good week, regardless of what plan you're following. And that if you're not following a plan, that you will be working toward finding your way to whatever plan it is that's going to work for you. That is my wish for you. I wish for you to be very healthy and very happy in your life and blessed, you and your family. I can't say that enough. And self-care is very important, and nobody can do that for us. We have to do it for ourselves. So just keep on trying. Don't ever give up. I never give up. I don't care what kind of week I had. Next week is coming, you know. And my hope is that I'm going to be feeling better, but I'm still going to be doing my best to stay on plan, because that's not an excuse to me that I don't feel well. It's hard to eat in the way I want to eat maybe, but it doesn't mean I can't keep on trying, right? Okay, so now I will send everyone hugs, and I will thank you very much for having stuck with me through thick and thin. If you're new here, thank you so much for showing up again. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you'll stay. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to say stay well, YouTube family, and I will see you soon.